friends, this is Linda and I'm here with part 2 of my December daily supplies for 2021. So in my previous video, I did an unboxing of the main Ali Edwards December daily kit and showed you the album that I'm using, which is the 10x8 album from Ali Edwards right here that says that 'twas the night before Christmas. So all of the supplies that I'm kind of collecting for this year, I'm keeping in mind that I'm going with a 10x8 album. I also am going to go super crafty this year. So I'm thinking paint, sparkles, fabric, different textures, transparencies, stamping, just having a lot of fun with products. That's kind of the angle I'm going this year. So this is actually going to be my 10th year doing December daily. And every year I kind of come up with a new sort of approach I want to take. So in the past, I've gone super clean lines, or I've gone super minimal, or I've gone super crafty, and I've gone all over the place. Last year I did a photo book. So that was the very clean lines, all words, photos, very few embellishments, they're all digital. So this year I'm going the complete opposite and gonna get crafty. So I'm keeping that in mind in working with my supplies. So the first thing that I did after the unboxing of the main kit was go through my December daily stash. So I like to have a small amount of products to pull from during the month. However, this year I am creating foundation pages. I don't always do foundation pages because I have a different approach every year. Some years I am doing like the digital book where I did literally no foundation pages. Some years like this one, I am going to want more foundation pages because I want to get craftier and I don't necessarily have the time for all that artsy stuff in December. And I want to be able to focus on the words and the photos during the month so I can get the project completed before I forget everything that's going on. So I kept that in mind and I went through all of my products and I pulled out everything that I might use for my foundation pages. After I complete the foundation pages, I am going to go through these supplies again and remove things that I don't think go with my album. However, this is my starting point. So from my stash, I pulled out some older supplies. I had some older chipboard. I keep my chipboard in the backers now, but I used to punch them out before that got unmanageable. So I do have some of those older ones. I have some like plastic words and stuff in here. And then these are pieces from the main kit from this year. I did add like this with those. I added these stars that went with the hearts. So I tended to kind of mix supplies from the old and new kits based on type rather than, you know, what kit it came from. So I have these in this tray here. In this bowl, I had these wooden houses from the main kit, so I added in some wooden embellishments I had from some other years, and I don't remember which year or even which manufacturer a lot of my products are from, but most of them are from Ali Edwards kits. And then putting those aside, going into my main box here, this box right here, I added in paper die cuts. So I have some from older Ali Edwards kits. I have a bunch of crate paper products too, so I have a lot of those, and I just am keeping those in here. In here, I have all of the 4x6 type backer things. So I have some products like this that came from the main kit this year. I also have some products from older kits, and then I have 4x6 journaling cards. I have a lot of those in here. I don't need this many, but I'm using this as my starting point until my foundation pages are done, and then I'm going to reduce what's in here so I'm not going through this every single time in December and deciding what I want. I also have some tags in here, and I have some stamps. I don't use a ton of holiday related stamps, so I really have a very small collection of those, and so I just pulled out a couple that I might use this year. I tend to use more generic stamps in my December daily, like stars or alphabets, and those I keep with my regular stamps. And because I have a stamp organization binder that I use, I'm not going to put them in with these products. I also have some more crate paper products and these large tags. And that's just going to live in here. Right here, along with these large words from the main kit this year, I added in some other larger embellishments. There's some crepe paper stickers. I have some puffy stickers in here. And then I have some like bags that I might want to add in to my album. Here on this last side, as I said before, I put all my 10 by 8 papers right here. I added in some transparencies from my stash. I put this piece of cardboard here so that these don't like flap over all the time. I added some larger sheets of stickers, and I added all the transparencies from the album because a lot of my pages I think are going to be outside of the pocket, and I wanted to get those out of the way for when I'm working on my album because they do take up a lot of space in the album. Then here I just put some smaller tags, and then here I added all the 3x4 cards from my stash. Again, I'm going to reduce this before December hits after I do my foundation pages so that I have a more manageable thing to pull from. I then have this tray here, which I put any like transparent elements, and then I added in a few other larger, chunkier embellishments that I had in my stash that I might want to use. And this is going to stack right here. And then I also have another stacking tray. I pulled out my embossing powders that I think go with the colors that I'm going for this year, or holiday colors. Typically I don't pull these out, I just kind of leave them in the box, but because I really want to make sure I'm using them a ton this year, I'm just going to put them all here. So I have red, I have silver, clear, I'm going to go back to that, I have black, this light blue, gold glitter, green, white, and then the clear I use a ton because you can use Allie's inks because of the pigment-based ink. They're not the dye-based inks. They're like kind of sit on top of the paper. Then you can put the clear embossing powder on top of that and it will emboss that color. So I'm going to keep these right here. I also went through my stash. Well, actually earlier this year, I went with December Daily in mind, and I bought, after I saw the December Daily reveal, and I bought a few new threads for my sewing machine. These are like shimmery, there's a red, there's a green, there's a rose gold. I also pulled out this yellow gold one that I had from a prior year, and I will probably use these in my album along with white thread, which is currently in my sewing machine. So I'm gonna just stick this on here like that. So I had, I just pulled out a few that I felt kind of went. I had this older, like, what's this called? Rick Rack from an older December Daily kit. I had this white and gold twine, so I'm just adding those. I had this blue and gold ribbon, which I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna use this because it is blue and there's not a ton of blue that I'm working with this year, but we'll see. And then I have these three here. I'm just gonna kind of stick these under there for now. Then I went and I pulled out tapes. So I had these December, masking tape in my December Daily stash. So I pulled those out and I'm kind of like creating like a little cup with them in here. And that's gonna hold washi tape. So for a while, I went through a phase where I used a ton of washi tape and then I didn't use it at all. And now I'm back to using it quite a bit. I tend to use it more in like my journals and stuff, but I think it'll be fun to use in December Daily. So I pulled out some, I don't really have a ton of like holiday theme ones. I think I had this one that was in my December Daily stash, but the rest of these are in just my like everyday stash of washi. Just some different like gold. This one has stars. One has numbers, like a very shiny gold, a dull gold, a gold stripe, a rose gold glitter, a rose gold with little triangles, and then this thin gold one. So I'm just putting those in there. And then I also pulled out the 6x8 papers from my stash. So again, just like the cards, I haven't gone through this stack yet. I'm just gonna keep this on my desk next to this until I finish my foundation pages, which I am going to start on this Saturday during the prep party. And then I will go through and eliminate a lot of these, and what I leave will fit in here. Maybe I'll put it like right in next to this right here, or I might put it with the 10x8 papers. I'm not entirely sure yet. And I'll show you at the end how I have that organized when I'm ready to go for December. I'll do another video. So I have, I just keep these out year round. I have a tray on my desk that has like slots for 12x12 paper, and one of them has all of my transparencies. So these are like all of my transparencies, Christmas and not. So I'm gonna pull from there. And I also have these vellum, one with full of vellum. So I'm also gonna pull from there. Now I'm not going to go through these and crop things down to put in my box because these are 12x12 primarily, and that is a little too big to fit in here because this fits the 10x8 papers perfectly, and I don't want to crop them down in case I don't use them. So I'm just going to leave them over on my desk in their normal storage, but I did want to show you that I have these to pull from. I didn't get a ton of add-ons this year. I did buy a few things. I bought these 4x6 cards, which were from possibly last year. So last year I did the photo book, so I didn't buy any supplies. So I just picked these up and I'm just keeping them in here. I also picked up this label set because you can never have enough labels. I'm just gonna stash those in here with the other labels that came from the main kit. I got these chipboard houses, which I already took out of the plastic and stapled on the backer like I do, and sticking those in there. I also got these plastic hearts, which there are a million of these, and I have so many ideas for them. I can't wait to play with them. And I'm going to put those in this little tray here with these other embellishments. And then I got the 3x8 add-on of the papers and the transparencies. So I did not buy the 6x8 transparencies this year because I'm working in the 10x8 size. I just felt like I didn't need that many transparencies, and I decided to go with the 3x8 instead. I think I'm gonna have a ton of fun building on these. So there's gonna be like this, and then I can add some paper or other photos and just kind of building with them, and I'm just looking forward to that. Plus I like layering the different page sizes in my album, and I think that these will be fun jumping off point for some of those. I also, for the papers, will do the same thing. Some of them I will probably cut the holes off so that I can use them in other ways. I'm just kind of looking through them and seeing. I know I had looked through these. There were quite a few that, you know, have like just room for journaling that I might crop down and put on top of a photo. There's this checklist, which is fun. And then this number 10 list here, which I think I will probably use that for day 10. I tend to do kind of like a 10 things around here for day 10. And when I first saw this card, I knew that that's kind of what I wanted to do. So what I would probably do, what I'm thinking, I feel like there's two cards, is that this will be the start of my page, and I will list the items here, and then I will attach like a square photo here that has all of the items in it that I will then number to coordinate with this. So I'll put that there. And then the last add-on that I purchased were the 10x8 vellum sheets. I am obsessed with these. I love them so much. I have ideas for all of them, and I can't wait to play with these in the album. So I'm just gonna stick these in here with the papers. One other thing I found in my stash were these. So I didn't purchase the, there was an add-on that were like these film strips like this, but they were Christmas themed. I have these ones from Studio Calico that I got a few months ago, and I just never used them, and I love them. So I think that these will be a lot of fun to play with. So I'm just gonna stick them with my December daily supplies so that I remember to use them this year. I also purchased the rose gold ink and, oh, there's another one. The platinum ink from Ali Edwards this year. I already had the metallic silver and metallic gold from a previous year, and then I purchased the redwoods. I do have most of her ink colors already, but I was excited to add these new metallic inks, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with those, but I am not going to keep these in this box because I do have an ink organizer on my desk that is easily accessible, and these are all going to fit in there. Okay, last but not least, I went to Michael's. Because I'm going craftier this year, I thought it would be a lot of fun to just kind of pick up some craftier things to play with that I found at Michael's. So I just went and kind of had fun seeing what they had to play with. I picked up these gold and silver washies that are so shimmery. I absolutely love them. I've already used the silver on a couple of pages that are not December dailies, so I'm loving these, and I'm just going to stick those in the box with the other washies. Then I picked up this like gold glitter. I do have like glitters and sequins and stuff in my stash that I'm sure I will pull out when I'm working on my project, but I thought this would be fun, and I plan to make kind of like some shaker pockets, or I was thinking of making some shaker numbers this weekend, and when I do, I will share that with you. Then I got this glitter paste. I have no clue what this is or what it's going to look like. I think it'll be a ton of fun, so I thought that would be fun to play with, so I picked that up. I got a gold and silver Posca paint pen. I do have a ton of paint pens in my stash, but I didn't have the metallic gold or silver, so I'm very excited for these just in general outside of December Daily, and this was a great excuse to purchase them. I picked up a few papers, so I got like this gold glitter and then this like finer gold shimmer, and fortunately the lady at Michael's just kind of threw these in the bag before I could say anything, and they all got kind of a little banged up, but I'll probably cut them out anyway. So I'm just gonna stick those in here. And then I purchased a couple more vellum sheets. This is like a small gold star. This is like a hexagon, like honeycomb. I've been loving the hexagon shape since that hexagon kit came out. And this has some words on it in white. It says like family, our story, happy day, stuff that I think might be a lot of fun. And I really love the subtle like white on white. So I'm gonna stick those with my other vellums. Then I got some felt. I picked up black, white, green, and red. And I'm not 100% sold that this green is the right green yet, but I'm planning on using some felt to create some like cutout shapes or embellishments. And that's something I'm gonna play with this weekend as well. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do yet, but like I didn't get the large felt numbers from the kit or that were an add-on this year. So I'm thinking I might make some of my own. I'm also thinking of making like a felt embellishment for my title page. And that's something I'm going to work on this weekend, is putting together my title page for my album. So I'm very excited for that. Then I picked up two ribbons. I got this one because I think that this coordinates really well with the kit this year. And then I got this like just regular buffalo plaid because I think that this is also just a fun Christmassy ribbon. And I do want to use a lot of this type of supply in my album this year. So I'm just gonna stick these in here down underneath with the other ribbons that I had pulled out of my stash. So the last thing I wanted to share with you today is my box of numbers. So what I did, and I did this a couple years ago, was instead of storing numbers by type or, you know, having like a whole set of numbers together, I sort by the number. So each of these, and these are just like cheap sandwich bags, and they're in this like little wooden crate that says December 25th on it that I got at Michael's one year. And I've had this one much longer than I had this other green one. So I've had this one probably like 5 or 6 years. And I just have a bag for each number. So like here's my threes bag. And in this bag are all of the threes that I have. These might come from all sorts of different sources. And when I'm working on my album, I can just pull this out, or like here's the sixes, and use a number from in here and see kind of what size am I looking for, what style am I looking for. And these are all the ones that I have, because one thing that I do in my albums very consistently is I mix up my numbers. I never use a matching number set throughout the entire album. I think I did that one time, maybe in 2013, because I put it in my project life. and I use like a layered template every single day. But besides that, I have mixed up my numbers every year, and that's one thing that I don't see myself changing, because I have too much fun with the numbers. I feel like they're just like a fun thing to do every day. So I love having them in these bags like this, and then I just leave them like this year round. And then I came back this year and I added in some newer numbers that I picked up. Like this, for example, I think was from the Week in the Life kit this year. It was like a leftover one. So I just stuck that in there, and you know, then I have this to pull from. And the 6 and the 9, they share a bag because a lot of those numbers are interchangeable. And then I do have 1 through 25, and then I have a 26 plus. I don't tend to go through 31 days, but I'm thinking I might this year, just because we have some plans with family after the 25th, but I'm not sure yet. I tend to be pretty much done with December daily by the 25th, because I'm ready to move on to like my January projects. So that's all I have to share with you today. So right now I'm putting this in here, and I'm sticking this guy like on top of here just to store it on my desk. Although I don't think I put these in here flat enough this time. Just to store this on my desk, also to keep my cat from getting inside there. For whatever reason, he doesn't bother these, but he likes to steal the washi tape. So I'm gonna keep this out on my desk and this out on my desk with my album for now. When it comes down to actual December daily, once I've put my foundation pages together, I'm going to reduce the number of supplies that are available to me during the month. And I'm going to size this down, and I will come back and share with you my plan to approach this project during the month, as well as sharing a flip through of my completed foundation pages and kind of where I am before December hits. So thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time.